All right, so let me show you what we got here. I got this 1x board that matches the cabinets. It's this is for the expanse, the unsupported area. Well, we're making it supported between these two cabinets. This measures, I think it was 49 inches. The other one's a little bit less. And so I had a 1x6 board, 1x6 8 that matches these cabinets because we put quite a few of these cabinets in other kitchens, and so they're going to work out really well here. What else did I have? Oh, I put a piece of 1x board above it. The lip of the countertop is going to cover that, but what that does is it's going to with that 3-inch right here and 3/4, I have 3 3/4. It allows me to run a 2x4 full height on the back side and it be covered. So we got a 2x4 here, 2x4 here, and we will run one along the back of the wall. Now, if you don't know, this is Darren with Confident Home Solutions, licensed general contractor, builder, remodeler in North Carolina. We're working in the trophy shop, and we're going to try to get this bank of cabinets wrapped up here shortly and move on to something else. You see I have an 8-foot level there on the back wall. Harley's looking for studs, getting ready to screw that support in. So what that level does, or any straight edge, since the top of these cabinets are not always on the same plane or height as the sides, when I set these cabinets with the laser, it's always set from the tallest portion. Now, cabinets can vary anywhere from being totally true, very seldom, to sometimes 3/16 of an inch off. Sometimes the sides will be lower. Sometimes the cabinets are just a little unsquare. I mean, we're dealing with a natural product, wood. Even though it's in plywood form or what have you, sometimes it has its own characteristics. It's not always the squarest thing. So, but the back of these cabinets were set off the laser. I really don't care about using that level as a actual leveling device, rather than we're just pulling that brace up to the bottom side of it. So getting ready to set these miter bolts, so that way I can pull these two laminate tops together. So I don't have jig, so we're just gonna do it simple, since I'm gonna have Harley hold this board here. So I'm measuring everything out, I'm getting everything squared up, and we're gonna just use the plunge router and drop some dados down in there, I guess, to where we can use these miter bolts. So I got them countertops lined up and getting ready to put some plunges in for those miter bolts. You see I got a 18-volt Makita cordless router with its plunge base. Excellent setup here, as opposed to using a large router. This one works just great for this. So I previously marked them out. I think that it was a 2¼ inch offset. So I just had to measure back and give myself 2 stops to where I needed to stop. And that plunge base, I mean, it just makes doing this so easy. And with the size that this is, and the size that the plunge base ends up being, the footprint, makes it very easy to do this type of work. Retrospect, I probably should have screwed the board down just a couple screws, as opposed to having Harley hold it. Yeah, it would have been a little bit slower, but he had to push pretty hard to keep it from walking on us. Even though these aren't that precise of plunges, especially for miter bolts, it just doesn't have to be extremely precise. But either way, worked out pretty well, and we got really good results. Oh, and by the way, you see those masks? Those are a definite must with this. I'm not sure why Harley has the vacuum up to his face, but plunge. We're gonna plunge some ends of these slots for the miter bolts, and you know that I switched from the block just over to the level, so that way, I mean, because they're all the same length, and that worked out pretty well. Now the one off to the end towards the wall, I can't do that because my plunge base is running into the edge of the wall. And see, it just dropped down. I have all three of them fitting well, so I have to switch bases to do the one back towards the wall. Harley's adding a little foot pressure to it, and that seems to be working out pretty well. Yep. So as I mentioned before, this countertop's got a pretty good bow to it, going both ways. So we wanted to put it together, glue it up, and put some weight on it to actually try to get it a little bit more into shape. So that's what you'll see us doing here. We're clamping it there, and I'm getting everything set up as if we're ready to go when we actually clamp it down to and screw it down to the plywood.
I think it's probably going to work out pretty good. Looks flat to me right there. No, she's joking. So, oh well. All right. Actually, let me show you that miter that we did down there. All right, let me show you what that looks like where you saw me routing out. This is the underneath. So that's pretty much it. So we're getting cleaned up, and I think we're gonna come set the laser up tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. It's Saturday, so I'm not sure. So, all right, talk to you later.